Alright, we're back to another how to improve on video, and we've returned to Lucio. It's not been more than 1.5 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, since he was released on the real servers, and I just find myself drawn to this particular character from the Overwatch universe.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So why Lucio? Because I've just made in a first impression video of him. Well, nothing has changed much, but I still think that Lucio is not he's a character you can start up playing fairly easy, but I think that he takes a little longer to master. Know when to wall ride, know when to use your knockback, when to go on the offensive with him and go on the defensive with him, defense with him. When are we going to use our healing vibes, and when are we going to use the movement speed improvement?
Good enough.
I think that there's still a lot of still a bit of a confusion on how to play with a Lucio. As you can see, just in this particular moment where Sylvanas didn't get out, and when I went down to rescue Varian, I just I tried to make a course that he could follow and escape on, but he was confused about it. He really tried to get back to the gate, although 2 heroes were following right there. So I think that there's still a lot of getting used to regarding Lucio. And that puts a pressure on the ones who play Lucio, because you have to be able to read your teammates' movement. We're going for the knockback quest. This is pretty similar to what I did in the first impression videos. Right about here, I'm very confused that I don't have any of my maximum tempo stacks. I'm really confused about it. And later I learned, well, in order to get that, you need to kill. You need to be in near proximity of the opponents you kill with the movement speed on, and that's what I didn't do. So what could I do to improve here? Well, I was chasing the Cho'Gall, and maybe I should have tried to connect with my group instead. It's easy to forget that you're the support when you play Lucio, because he has so many mechanics that are similar to Tracer's, where you get one You get to hit one target, and then you just keep hitting it as long as it's in near proximity to you. So it has he has a assassin-like feeling to him, because he's always on the move and he can always deal damage. It's just not as significant as an assassin would be. But there's a lot of poking potential on this, and I'm dying there. There's a lot of poking potential with Lucio. And then I go for party mix here. I'm always going for party mix. I know that a lot of people are playing with the boombox, and I don't think that I don't think that it's a bad talent to get. I think it has a lot to do with preference. The problem with the boombox is that the vibes don't stack. The tunes that you're playing on the boombox and on Lucio doesn't stack up, and that is the deal breaker for me, because then it's just a static aura of what Lucio is doing. Then I'd rather be able to follow my team around with a bigger area of effect. That's why I go for party mix on this one. This is actually one of the things that I drafted with Believer back on my first impression on Lucio Part 2. The get in, get out, fast rushing down builds or combo with Sylvanas. I really think that that could be a thing if people put the effort into it. Especially because Sylvanas has a means of escape. So when you go too deep with Lucio, you can focus on just getting out, while Sylvanas would do the same.
The dead shall soon return. More bones for the mines.
Your killing spree is at an end. We go. Hit that
Did I not mention this land is beyond death?
Not the best game that we had here, and it's a really bad timing that we died on. But as the support, I'm trying to keep people alive, and there's a balance between to keep yourself alive and keep your team alive. And I really want to keep the team alive, and that's what killed me right there, because I had absolutely no life left. I should have backed off. But should have, would have, could have. This is one thing that Lucio is not good at, clearing out camps. And that's something that I should have taken into consideration, because my team can capitalize better on using my skills as a healer than on than being someone that clears camps. There's no reason for me to clear camp. But this setup is not ideal either, because we have a Murky, which is pushing lanes. We have a Valera who is running around stealth. I don't think that Lucio and Stealthers are a particularly great match. I don't see that it as a problem as such, but I don't think that it is a really good composition. So actually, what I should maybe have done was following the Varian around, or as I did earlier, follow Sylvanas around. Because Varian went for Colossus Smash, so this means that it would be easier for him to use his abilities, Lion's Maw, the charge, his Colossus Smash, in order to get some kills on the enemy team, or at least set up for some decent kills. I'm sorry. It's actually an interesting game, and I can see that I can really see what kind of mistakes I'm making in this particular gameplay. Because I tend to get too close in order to save my teammates. I tend to get too close to Cho'Gall, and then Gall shoots me. This is I can't remember what it's called, but the flame thing, the dark flame. And there is something admirable about a support trying to really help his team out. There's again right there. But there's nothing admirable by dying in order to be well. Let me rephrase that. There is something admirable about dying for a teammate, but there's really no purpose to it if you die in vain, and that's what I tend to do a lot in this game, and that's bad. It's really bad. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. I'm really tired. I had to fix the drain late last night so that my girlfriend could shower this morning. And again, I find myself running towards Sylvanas in order to save her life and give her that speed boost, and it's less than ideal. So that's one thing that I should and did focus on during the week that I played. Not to be too much in the front, put myself on the line just because I would like to keep my teammates alive. If they make a dumb play, the most natural thing will always be to let them do their dumb play on their own. Here I'm really making a big attempt to get the kill, and not so much trying to do the support thing. So that's one, and that's another thing that I think you can improve on if you want to play Lucio. It's sometimes hard to forget that he doesn't deal a whole lot of damage, so you are still a support. You are a really fun support that has a lot of movability and a possibility to chase down. But that's not your primary focus. That's something you have to keep in mind.
Now that was well done.
All right. Let's drop the beat.
And I don't really know what that Lucio was doing, but apparently I just saved him right there. That was really dumb. Again, that's some. You have to know when to use that knockback.
And destroy your enemies.
Because the knockback can do as much harm as it could do good. It's just like Diablo's charge. When you charge someone out of the team fight, or overpower them out of some ability or some kind of crowd control. It is less than ideal, and you have to know when to use that Q ability. Again, I think I might have pushed him into Sylvanas, and that just showed how much I could improve on Lucio. Because this was less than an ideal match. And there's really not much that I can do at this point. It is quick match, so you get paired up with people that you wouldn't normally pair yourself up with specific heroes. But nonetheless, you should still try to find a way to win the game. And the way I could have done that was to stick more with Varian and with Sylvanas, and try to
Columns will rise again.
yeah, try to play the support hero rather than the chasing DPS hero. So with that in mind, I hope that you enjoy the next game, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, guys, we find ourselves on Warhead Junction today, and we are playing Lucio.
Let's get this party started.
He is by far maybe my favorite healer at this point in the game. I really like his playstyle, and I really like that he is an area of effect kind of healer, just like Brightwing.
5, 4, 3.
Alright, for the first talent we're going with We Move Together.
Localized combat
It increases the
now
base movement speed from 15 to 20%, and I think that's a really good trait to have, or a really good skill to have. Yeah, let's get that one.
First light.
I really enjoy playing Lucio. If you've seen my latest videos here on the channel, you can see that I played him a lot, and I really enjoy him. So much fun. He has an auto attack. This means that, like Tracer, he finds a target. You don't even have to point at anything. You can just, if you just move in a close proximity to a target, you have to click first. That's true, but you don't have to keep clicking. He will find a new target for it.
Moving to the beat.
What is he doing?
Kill confirmed.
Thank you.
I can do this with my eyes closed.
I think some of the difficulties.
Water deployment in process.
Oh, we almost got her. Then we go for chase the base. Why is he doing it again?
Warheads are now ready for collection. Vital signs negative.
Alright, I think that the enemy team has a troll. Actually, I'm quite certain that they have.
Listen up.
I feel really bad for the opposing team,
All warheads have been claimed.
but there's not really anything I can do about it. I can report him. Lucio's straight wall ride is pretty cool. It makes up for some of the movement speed he's lagging.
I'm on target.
Kill him, kill him, kill him. I already forgotten if I mentioned this, but Warhead Junction is one of the maps that's really that is really powerful to have a Lucio on, because it's such a big map. So you can get very quickly from one point to the other. Which is a huge benefit on such a large map. I don't like this. I want to get out. Hello, Valera. Lucio allows the team to make some really offensive play.
Enemy hero terminated.
Ouch. We're going. Healing now.
Thanks, friend. Fort destroyed.
Damn it. Get him. That's alright. Now we're going for party mix. Whenever my allies are hit with
Anyone else think we could use some merch?
my sweet vibes, they are gonna they're going to at some point improve
Warhead deployed.
oh wait.
Prepare for collection.
Thanks, friend.
Where we going again?
Elimination complete.
Set up and execute.
Killing spree. Update. Warheads have been deployed.
They're
End
going to
update.
improve. I need 8 minutes on my party mix in order for it to improve the radius of my area of effect. And the 8 minutes is the amount of time that my team is within the area of effect.
Enemy fort destroyed.
We are going for sound barrier because that's really awesome.
Always love a pocket healer.
Oh, let's break it.
Down.
Elimination complete.
I'm taking this.
Right on time.
Warhead collection confirmed.
Loving that healing.
Fort destruction complete.
If I get down here, then I can increase our movement speed.
Thanks, friend.
Kill confirmed. Double kill.
He is just throwing himself at us.
Looking forward.
there's something that can be. I don't think he's a difficult character by any means to play,
Hero terminated.
but if there are some aspects that would be more difficult than others, it is to know when should you use your healing vibes and when should you use your
Going in.
and when should you use your movement speed.
Enemy defeated.
Because sometimes you're dealing with a tough choice. Do you want to pursue the enemy, or do you want to make sure that your team survives? Oh, hello.
Vital signs negative. Double kill. Triple kill.
Alright, this is a pretty fast game too. Might be able to end it within the next 2 minutes, maybe?
You have eliminated a king.
Not healing.
Just ended really. First of all, because I'm feeling really bad for the end of the team.
Oh, let's break it.
You guys have to stand in here for 6 minutes in order to get this. You know that, right?
Double kill.
Alright, this was too fast of a game relay, but what can you do?
Enemy hero terminated. Victory.
MVP.
Of all the characters that I had to play the last
Warheads
week,
planted.
I think that Lucio has been the easiest one to play. And if I have to rate my performance with him from 1 to 10, I think that I'm a 6 right now. There's still some things because, as you can see, I'm only level 4 with him. I played him a lot on the PTR, but I want to be certain that there's some things that some mistakes that I don't make, some calls that I think could be, some shots that could be called a lot more effective with Lucio. You have to be aware of where are the group at all points, at all times. So that's first way of improving your Lucio. Where is your group? Because your most effective healing is with your group. Your most effective speed boost is with your group. The next one, Lucio is not a hero player killer. You need backup. So find a way to always be with an assassin, some kind of DPS that can use the benefits from speed boost or the healing aura. And the last one is don't get too close to your enemies because he has a pretty long range. He's not a tank, so don't be the one who pursues. Always be aware of where are you positioning yourself in relation to the opposing team, but also to your allies, because Lucio's strongest suit is that he benefits his allies so damn much. So he's really good for improving on other players' characters. So keep that in mind when you play him. Have fun with him. He's such an amazing character here in Heroes of the Storm. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button, put a comment down, or subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.